1988, the height of the Cold War. A time when superpowers raced to conquer space, and the Soviet Union was determined to outshine the United States. They had a secret weapon, the Buran space shuttle, a reusable spacecraft designed to rival NASA's space shuttle program. But what happened to this colossal project after the fall of the Soviet Union? Join us as we embark on an investigative journey into the heart of the Kazakh desert, uncovering the forgotten remnants of a once proud symbol of human achievement, the abandoned Soviet space shuttles. The Baikonur Cosmodrome, the world's first and largest operational space launch facility, is home to these rusting relics of history. Built in 1955, this secret city played a pivotal role in the space race, launching Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite, and Yuri Gagarin, the first human in space. Hidden from public view lie the remains of the Buran program, a fleet of 5 orbiters built to carry cosmonauts into low Earth orbits and space stations. The flagship of this fleet, OKMO, made its one and only unmanned flight in 1988, piggybacking on an Energia rocket. The program was fraught with difficulties, from budget constraints to the collapse of the Soviet Union. With no funds or political will to continue, the once ambitious Buran project came to a grinding halt in 1993, its orbiters left to rot in this isolated desert test site. The sight that greets us is nothing short of eerie, rusting hulks of titanium and aluminum alloys, their majestic wings spread wide, slowly being reclaimed by the merciless sands of time. Their once gleaming surfaces are now pitted and scarred, windows shattered, tires flat, and weeds growing around them. It's not just OKMO. The other 4 orbiters, OK1K1, OK1K1, OK1K2, OK2K1, and OK2K2, share similar fates, scattered across the sprawling cosmodrome. Each one bears witness to a dream deferred, their silent decay posing unanswered questions about what could have been. Why were these technological marvels abandoned? What secrets do they hold within their corroded frames? And why does the Russian space agency, Roscosmos, seem reluctant to acknowledge or preserve this crucial part of their space heritage? As we delve deeper into the mystery, we'll explore the science behind these behemoths, piecing together their stories and shedding light on the untold chapters of the Buran program. So, stay tuned as we continue to unearth the secrets of Baikonur's abandoned Soviet space shuttles, left to rot in this secret desert test site. In the vast barren expanse of Kazakhstan's Karaganda Desert lies an acreage equivalent to a medium-sized city, the Baikonur Cosmodrome. This is hallowed ground, the birthplace of human spaceflight and the launch site for Sputnik 1, Earth's first artificial satellite. Yet, it's also where some of history's most enigmatic spacecraft rest in rusting oblivion, the Soviet Union's reusable Buran space shuttles. Baikonur, shrouded in secrecy throughout the Cold War, was off-limits to foreigners and even most Soviet citizens. Known as a closed city, it operated under its own set of rules, immune from the laws governing the rest of the country. Accessible only with special clearance, Baikonur functioned as a self-contained world, complete with residential areas, schools, hospitals, and even recreational facilities for its inhabitants. The origins of this isolated city trace back to 1955, when the Soviet government decided to construct a spaceport capable of rivaling America's nascent Cape Canaveral. Chosen for its remoteness and proximity to the equator, Baikonur became the epicenter of Soviet space ambitions, hosting iconic missions like Yuri Gagarin's pioneering orbital flight in 1961. Decades later, during the twilight years of the Soviet Union, another ambitious project took shape within Baikonur's confines, the Buran space shuttle program. Conceived as a response to NASA's space shuttle, the Buran was designed to be reusable, capable of carrying cosmonauts and cargo into orbit and returning safely to Earth. Unlike its American counterpart, however, the Buran never carried human passengers. Its lone mission, an automated flight test in 1988, proved successful, but occurred mere months before the Soviet Union's dissolution. With Russia grappling with economic turmoil and dwindling interest in space exploration, the Buran program was unceremoniously scrapped, leaving behind a fleet of orphan shuttles at Baikonur. Which brings us back to our initial question, why has Russia seemingly turned its back on these technological marvels? The answer lies somewhere between politics, economics, and history. The collapse of the Soviet Union led to a re-evaluation of national priorities, with space exploration taking a backseat to more pressing concerns. Furthermore, maintaining such complex machinery requires considerable resources, something Russia has been reluctant to commit given its strained budget. And so, these vestiges of Soviet space ambitions languished in the unforgiving desert, gradually succumbing to the ravages of time and weather. Their fate, like much about Baikonur, remains shrouded in mystery, an enigma waiting for answers as we continue to explore this secret world of Soviet space heritage. As we delve deeper into the mystery of Baikonur's abandoned space shuttles, let's unravel the enigma that is the technology behind the Soviet Union's Buran space shuttle and Energia rocket. The Buran spacecraft, a reusable orbiter like its American counterpart, NASA's space shuttle, was designed by NPO Molnia under the leadership of general designer Gleb Lozino-Lozinski. Despite striking similarities with the STS, the Buran program was an independent project, boasting unique features such as automated landing capabilities and a more robust thermal protection system. The Energia rocket, also known as the Energia, served as the launch vehicle for the Buran orbiter. Developed by the Energia Rocket Space Corporation under Valentin Glushko's leadership, this heavy-lift launch system outperformed NASA's Saturn V in terms of payload capacity. Its design consisted of 4 liquid propellant boosters and a central core stage, all fueled by cryogenic liquid hydrogen and oxygen. The Buran Energia system underwent only one unmanned flight on November 15, 1988, when the orbiter completed 32 Earth orbits before gliding back to a successful landing at Baikonur. However, due to political and economic changes following the collapse of the Soviet Union, the program was cancelled in 1993, leaving these technological marvels stranded in the desert. One intriguing question surrounding this lost technology is why the Soviets decided on an automated landing system for Buran. Some speculate that it might have been a response to the Challenger disaster, or an attempt to reduce costs by eliminating the need for astronaut training. Regrettably, without access to classified records, we may never know the exact reason behind this decision. Another puzzle lies within Energia's design and its potential applications beyond the Buran program. For instance, it could have served as a basis for a future Russian space station or lunar missions. However, with Russia focusing on international cooperation through projects like the ISS, these possibilities remain unrealized. In conclusion, while we strive to understand the fate of Baikonur's abandoned space shuttles and uncover the secrets of Soviet space heritage, many questions remain unanswered. The lost technology of the Buran spacecraft and Energia rocket stands testament to human ingenuity and ambition, but also serves as a reminder of missed opportunities and unfulfilled dreams. As we venture further into this secret world, let us remember that exploration is not just about reaching new frontiers, it's equally about learning from our past, and sometimes grappling with mysteries left unsolved. The Buran spacecraft and Energia rocket, technological marvels of their time, were products of a robust Soviet space program. However, the story takes a dramatic turn as we delve into the reasons behind the cancellation of the Soviet space shuttle program. In the late 1980s, the political landscape of the Soviet Union began to shift dramatically. The era of glasnost and perestroika, initiated by Mikhail Gorbachev, brought about significant changes in the country's governance and economy. The new policies aimed at transparency and reform led to a severe funding crisis for many large-scale projects, including the Soviet space shuttle program. The economic downturn was further exacerbated by the costly arms race with the United States during the Cold War. By 1991, when the Soviet Union officially dissolved, the nation's treasury was depleted, leaving little room for luxury investments like space exploration. But it wasn't just about money. The collapse of the Soviet Union also led to a power vacuum and restructuring of political alliances. With the disintegration of the Communist Party, support for grand scientific endeavors waned. Moreover, the newly independent states that once formed the Soviet Union started prioritizing their domestic issues over joint space projects. As a result, the Buran program, which had already completed one unmanned flight in 1988, found itself without sufficient funding or political backing. The last nail in the coffin came in 1993 when a massive fire at the Russian Proton rocket assembly plant caused considerable damage, delaying any prospective launches further. Interestingly, even though the program was officially cancelled in 1993, no formal announcement was ever made. The Buran orbiter OKGLI, originally built for testing and training purposes, was flown to Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, where it remained until its sad demise in 2002 due to a roof collapse at the hangar. Today, these abandoned Soviet space shuttles serve as stark reminders of political upheaval and economic woes that led to the program's untimely end. But they also leave us questioning what could have been if history had taken a different turn. Many unanswered questions remain. For instance, why was there no formal announcement about the cancellation? What happened to the other Buran orbiters? And perhaps most intriguingly, how would the space race have unfolded if the Soviet space shuttle program had continued? As we continue exploring the Lost Lab, these mysteries remind us that sometimes the greatest exploration isn't venturing into outer space, but delving into our past to understand missed opportunities and unfulfilled dreams. As we delve deeper into the Lost Lab, let's explore a captivating conundrum: Baikonur's abandoned Soviet space shuttles. The Buran program, shrouded in secrecy and intrigue, was an ambitious endeavor that cost approximately $20 billion but only saw one unmanned flight in 1988. After the fall of the Soviet Union, this once-lauded project faded into oblivion, leaving behind haunting images of forgotten spacecraft scattered across Kazakhstan's steppe. But why did such an expensive and technologically advanced project meet such a fate? One theory points to financial strain following the collapse of the Soviet Union. With economic turmoil at home, continuing the Buran program became untenable. However, other theories suggest more clandestine reasons. Some speculate that espionage played a role in the demise of the Soviet space shuttle program. It's documented that during the Cold War, both the USA and USSR employed extensive spying tactics to gain advantages over their rival. Could it be possible that American spies successfully infiltrated the Buran project, leading to its premature termination? While this remains unproven, the mysterious nature of the program leaves room for such speculations. Another intriguing question revolves around the fate of the other orbiters. Officially, only one orbiter, OKGLI, survived disassembly, finding refuge in a museum in Germany, yet rumors persist about two additional prototypes, OK1.202 and OK2.201, hidden away in a secret hangar at the Baikonur Cosmodrome. These whispers are fueled by occasional sightings reported by locals and visitors alike. If true, these lost shuttles could provide invaluable insights into Soviet space technology. The Buran saga raises thought-provoking questions about what might have been if the program had continued. Would the space race have unfolded differently? Would we see Soviet cosmonauts regularly visiting Mir and ISS today? Or perhaps they would have pursued lunar or Martian missions, changing the course of human space exploration forever? Unfortunately, these questions remain unanswered, shrouded in the veil of time and Cold War secrecy. Yet, the very existence of these mysteries underscores the importance of openness and collaboration in scientific pursuits. By sharing knowledge and resources, humanity can achieve greater heights, quite literally in this case, than by working alone in silos. In conclusion, Baikonur's forgotten fleet serves as a potent reminder of missed opportunities and unfulfilled dreams in the realm of space exploration. As we gaze upon these eerie images, we are reminded that sometimes the greatest discoveries lie not just in exploring outer space, but also in understanding our past. The rusting hulks of Baikonur's abandoned space shuttle stand as silent sentinels to a bygone era, their once gleaming surfaces now faded and weathered. These relics of the Soviet Union's ambitious space program are slowly being reclaimed by the harsh desert environment of Kazakhstan. A sense of desolate beauty pervades this abandoned cosmodrome. It's a place where time seems to have stood still since the fall of the Iron Curtain. The eerie silence is occasionally broken by the distant roar of a rocket launch from the active section of the site, serving as a stark reminder of the contrast between then and now. Yet, despite their forlorn appearance, these derelict shuttles hold untold stories of human endeavor and technological innovation. Each one represents countless hours of design, engineering, and testing, a testament to the capabilities and ambitions of the Soviet space program. As we wander through this ghostly graveyard of spacecraft, we can't help but wonder what could have been. How many more milestones might have been achieved if these projects hadn't been abandoned? What secrets still lie hidden within their decaying frames? One thing is certain, the legacy of Baikonur extends far beyond its barren landscape. Its influence reaches into the present day, shaping current and future space exploration initiatives around the world. Many of the technologies developed here form the foundation for modern space travel, while the lessons learned provide invaluable insights for today's scientists and engineers. Yet, as we turn our gaze towards the stars once again, let us not forget the price of ambition. For every successful mission, there are countless others that end in failure or are left unfinished. The abandoned space shuttles at Baikonur are poignant reminders of this harsh reality. Looking at these resting giants, one question lingers in the air: what other great discoveries might be lost to us because we failed to see their potential? Or worse, what if they're discarded not due to lack of vision, but because of short-sighted politics or misplaced priorities? In the shadow of these silent monuments, we're reminded that the pursuit of knowledge is a fragile endeavor. It requires constant vigilance, collaboration, and commitment. Without them, even the most promising ideas can fade away, left to rot in the sands of time. And so, as we leave Baikonur behind, we're left with more than just photos of forgotten spacecraft. We carry with us a renewed appreciation for the importance of openness and cooperation in scientific progress. And perhaps most hauntingly, we're burdened with the knowledge that some mysteries may remain forever unsolved, locked away in the ruins of our past failures. Baikonur's abandoned space shuttles aren't just relics of a bygone era, they're cautionary tales for future generations. Their desolate beauty serves as a stark reminder of both humanity's greatest achievements and its most devastating losses. And as we venture further into the unknown, their haunting presence reminds us that the line between triumph and tragedy can often be razor thin.